3 best and 3 worst archer commanders that I currently have as an archer gang here in Rise of Kingdoms. Today we're going to discuss some of the stuff that I have experienced playing as an archer player and what are my best archers and the worst ones that I don't typically use anymore, and sometimes maybe I'll use it in a very situational base. My name is Shinchi42. If you guys don't know me yet, you are missing out on amazing content. Consider subscribing and turn your notifications on as well. We create regular Rise of Kingdoms content and potentially creating other new contents as well. Now, guys, I want to tell you guys that I was just out on a vacation. It was 4 days vacation. I was in Las Vegas. And I really want to share the pictures, videos. So if you guys are interested, let me know in the comment section below and smash thumbs up. I'm going to be doing it maybe in the next video. I still got to edit them. Some of them are on my phone. Some of them on my camera. Now, also, I want to ask you guys in here a very serious question before we get started and I run the intro. And I know people have been saying my intro is quite long, but hey, I love the intro. I think it's very unique and it's very unique to Marvel's. No, it's very unique, right? There's a whole bunch of like characters in Rise of Kingdoms, and I think it's unique in the sense of in our world of Rise of Kingdoms, right? It's different, and I really like it. Every time I watch my video, I see the intro, it's like, whoa, that's actually absolutely insane. I still amazed with the creator did it. So basically, what I want to really ask you guys in here, and I know I kind of take a little bit too long to drag stuff out in here, but this is a really, really serious question. Have you guys seen the Squid Game? And if you have seen the Squid Game, have you seen Atlas in Borderlands? Now, I want to ask you this right now. There's 3 official sponsored content creators in Rise of Kingdoms. Me, Chisco, and Drago. So if we do green light, red light, who do you think is going to get eliminated first? Or who do you think is going to be able to survive? Or what about this? Let's talk about in Rise of Kingdoms. Who do you think in the commander list in here would be the, who's going to win the green light, red light? Is it going to be the Cavs, Archer, or Infantry? You're curious. Anyway, let's run the intro, and I know you guys love it. Come on, stop saying you don't like it. Yes. Alright guys, welcome back to another ROK content here. Today we're going to talk about my 3 best archers and my 3 worst archers that I currently have and that I wish I have as well. So in this video, I want you to comment, and you may have commented already. I need you to make another comment saying, what do you think is your 3 best archers you currently have and your 3 worst archers that you currently have as well? When you talk about worst, these are something that you would probably want to reset. If you can reset it and allocate the sculpture to maybe giving it to Cavs, to giving it to Infantry, you would do that. So these are the worst one, right, that we're going to talk about in here. And yes, I do have some worst archers that I invested into that I kind of regret because long term, it doesn't have a whole lot of value. But in that moment, it felt so good. And it felt so right. It just felt amazing, right? I've been doing some acting classes, so hopefully it's working out in here, right? So ultimate archer, and I gotta say, is that Yi Song-ye. This is my best archer. Now, I don't highly use YSG as much as I do before coming to the late stages of the game. I still use YSG for open field fighting. I do it with Ramses and YSG. I love that combination. It's a very deadly combination. Works well, and I still do it. So for me, number 1, YSG, because YSG, I can pair it up with any other archer commanders that are going to be coming out in the future. And I know that for a fact because YSG is a very, very versatile commander in Rise of Kingdoms. All right. So YSG, you can use it for defense, especially in the early stages of the game. Now, when it comes to late stages of the game, you do not want to use YSG as a defender late stage of the game. You want to be able to invest in some of the newer commanders on defending your base. So as you guys can see, if we look into my base, which is a Shiba Inu base, no more Chai, my defender is actually a Emulator and Artemisia. These are newer gen commander, and I'm not going to be putting the YSG in there because it's not going to be good. YSG is great with offense, but when it comes to defense, I would probably rate YSG as a B on defense. You want class A or class S in there, which I deem these two commanders as a class S defender, right? Now, YSG, I would say class B in the defender. I mean, could be a B plus if we're going to go into that route because of that AoE function. Now, in the early stages, YSG is definitely, let's say, KVK 1 and 2. That's why I say maybe early stage, mid stage 2 to 3, 4, and then so on and so forth, right? In the early stages, I would say YSG wonderful because a lot of players are still noob and they don't know how the effect of the AoE, and you can get them, you can wreck them, and you can get free kills from that AoE. I would say at that stage, YSG is definitely an S plus defender. But once you get into the later stages of the game to where we are at, I don't even know how many KVKs I've progressed now. I think maybe it's my 5th or 6th now. But it's just so much. I can't keep track. Somebody needs to let me know how many KVKs I've done and how many KVKs I've participated. But with YSG, right? As you progress into the game, people become better, from noob to pro. What happens there is that the function of YSG kind of declines because people understand how to avoid the AoE. So there's that, situation for YSG. But I would still say YSG #1 great. Best archer that I have, it has most of my kills. It would be a hypocrite for me to say that YSG sucks. So YSG is definitely one of my favorite and one of my best archers in the game. But now, also, the next one, I think you guys already know, my next best in here is going to be Artemisia. I love Artemisia. If I could marry Artemisia is really wonderful. She is amazing. And what you can see with Artemisia, I use Artemisia with pairing for Tomiris. And we've seen that on open field battle. We pioneered this Artemisia and Tomiris combination. Puddle Kicks and I do this when we got Artemisia. I love this setup because it's quite tanky and also deadly in the same time. Now, what I like with Artemisia is Artemisia can be able to defend into your garrison at the same time play in the open field. This is why I'm a big fan of Artemisia. Right, so the next best one that I would say that I currently have would be a Emulator. Now, this is a brand new commander that we got, right? A Emulator. We've done some battle testing in it. I was so stunned and amazed with her beauty. No, I was just amazed with her amazingness in the garrison because we knocked out all of the freaking cabs. We knocked out all of the freaking infantry, even the archers. We knocked them out. We were able to defend it. So I'm really curious if the next KVK, I might take a rally. I might do it if I get back to my 100. Maybe. I might have to take some rally and just test things out as well, depending on what KVK that we're in. If we're in a little bit of a lead, then I might be able to take some little bit, have fun in there. But if we're struggling, kind of like last KVK was a little bit of a hard battle in there, then of course it really depends on the strategy and what we're going to be doing in that situation. But a Emulator, one of my favorite now. I would say one of my best setup in here. Now, if I can make 4th one, it's definitely going to be Ramses. Now, I kind of pull out Ramses in here because I really love the amazingness of Emulator. Comes to defending in the structure. But open field, I still love Ramses, but I put my gear into a Emulator because hey, if I get rallied or if I get city rallied, I want to make sure that I have my gear on my best defender with my best gear to defend my base so I don't get wrecked, right? If I do get wrecked, at least I can do some at least I can deal some amazing damages and payback a little bit for attacking me, right? It's not like anybody's gonna attack us because we're not in KVK, but I just have that practice to where I have the best defender in my city, so I would never make that mistake when I get into KVK. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the 3 worst commanders that I have invested into with the Archer gang. Now, with these 3 commanders that I have said best, did you actually think these were the things that I was going to say or no? All right, so now let's talk about my worst one in here. So one of my worst investment, and oh my god, I'm sure Puddle Cakes will not like what I said, and he's gonna be like flipping shit out in here. So I would say Elsid is one of my worst investment. Elsid, I mean, you look great. You got that beard that I can't grow. You got that weird looking eyes. I don't know who you're looking at. But Elsid is one of the worst investment that I have ever done, because I don't really find the utility for him. And I know we've battled with Paddle Cakes, and he did win some battles in there, but it's just not something that I enjoy and I like. And it's just also having that Elsid, when you get swarmed by enemies and like you just pretty much get wrecked anyway. It doesn't deal as much of the damage in the sense of like real battles. So you can do one-on-one testing. It does do well in one-on-one testings, but when it comes to major battles, right, it doesn't seem like it reflects what I would want comparison to if I would do a Ramses YSG, right? Let's say if I do a YSG and Elsid, right, it's very different than a Ramses YSG. Now, Elsid definitely has its own utility because he's able to disable active skill and normal attack for a second. And one thing that I do like about Elsid is that its ability to kind of run away a little bit faster when there's like, less troops. So I would say Elsid is one of my worst investment. And if I could reset Elsid, I would definitely reset Elsid, and I would put whatever sculptures I have for Elsid and go for Xiang Yu. And you did not hear that because I was never been a Cavs Gang fan. So, I would definitely probably, if I have that ability, take him off. The next one that I would say is Edward of Woodstock. Now, I love Edward of Woodstock when he first came out. I was definitely wrecking the infantry when Edward of Woodstock first came out. We've actually got a lot of kills from Edward, right? 28 million kills. I think that's pretty profitable. I don't know what the right word is. But Edward of Woodstock, I actually loved him when it first came out because when KVK won, Richard Martel, god dang it, those commanders are absolutely like steroids, insane. I don't know what they eat, but they are so strong. But when Edward of Woodstock came in, it's like pew 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 pew. It's like they were like, we're just wrecking them. Like I was chasing every infantry I got. Like, you want a piece of me? I'm like, it's easy. I was wrecking infantry when I got Edward of Woodstock. I was doing an Edward YSG at that time. It was like, oh my god, the infantry did not stand a chance. They were wrecking me in the beginning, but I came back with a vengeance. With Edward of Woodstock. So I love Edward of Woodstock, but late stages of the game, the bad part about Edward of Woodstock is really that high casting active skill damage. That rage requirement is too high. It takes forever to cast, even though it hits hard. It doesn't really have all these buff that allows to absorb some of the damages. And people see Edward of Woodstock, it just swarms it down, it just dies, and I get so much hospital bills. So it's one of my kind of I love and hate Edward of Woodstock at the same time. I did use it in the last KVK. I was trying to figure out like, hey, how can I utilize this? It moves quick. I can get point A to point B a lot faster. But then I get wrecked and I get like so much bill for it with having Edward of Woodstock. So I'd say it's one of those commanders that I wouldn't mind to reset. I wouldn't mind to reset Edward of Woodstock. Now, for the third one in here, I would probably say Cyrus the Great. Kind of regret it a little bit in here. I did see some great utility for him, but I kind of wish, since I wasn't trying to go for the rally leader, that's why I invested into Cyrus. I would say I could have done a Nebuchadnezzar, and I should have just stick with that as well. Or because if I was gonna do this, I think it does decent in the field. At least I can use it for rally, because Cyrus could not really perform that great into the rallies when we do our testing. So I feel like my value for Cyrus, is just going to be really for open field. But I like to have the utility of commanders where you can use it both for rally or, double function, right? Double team it, double penetrate, double function it, right? So those are the double sword that I like. I'm sorry, kids. I'm so sorry, kids. I just want to have fun with the video today. This is like, I've just got out of Vegas, and I just miss creating content, and I miss you guys. I miss you guys in here. So give me a hug, guys. Give me a hug. High five instead. But Nebuchadnezzar, I would say I should have invested in Nebuchadnezzar, because what this commander can do is I can fight in the open field and as well as do rallies. It's two functions better than one function with Cyrus. So I would say I kind of regret on Cyrus. Now, another commander I want to say is Gilgamesh. I don't really have a lot of experience with Gilgamesh or a lot of testing, but I know he's great. I know Puddle Cakes have a lot more information for this. I don't have him, so I'm gonna be waiting to see more reports, especially coming to the next KVK. But I know he was saying is that Nebu and Gilgamesh is a really good combo, or is it backward? I forgot. I think it is Nebu and Gilgamesh. So I think this is gonna be really interesting. Coming out to the next KVK. I don't have Gilgamesh. I don't have a lot of testing so far with Gilgamesh. I need to talk to Puddlecakes actually to see what he has done and tested it because he has these commanders. But doesn't mean that I don't have it. I can't get the resources or get the information about it, right? So we're gonna try to get some information about Gilgamesh and try to share some of these information more. We've seen a little bit of information, but I need more data. So if you guys have any data with Gilgamesh, like battle reports, battle testing, send it to me via Discord because I'd love to share those and educate more of the players in here with Gilgamesh setup. So those are my best and worst, Rise of Kingdoms Archer gang commanders in here. What did you guys actually think? Did you guys think that it was actually aligning to what you guys think or not? But at the end of the day, everybody got their own different playing style. You might be an open field person. You might be more of a garrison. You might be more of a rally leader. So everybody has their own different playing style and different strategy. And we all got to respect that, right? So with that being said, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and put a little bit of kind of messed up skits there. And like I said, I'm going to be posting some of the Vegas videos in here or posts. Maybe it's another next Rise of Kingdoms video. So make sure you guys are tuning in and I will see you guys again next time. Brofist out. Bye, guys.